What's up, my friends? David Moss Jr. here, and in this video I want to do a quick introduction to me. So I realized that in the 300 plus videos I've posted since March of 2020 when I first started a YouTube channel, that I've never really talked about my journey and how I ended up from a car guy who was doing walk-arounds and car reviews to building chicken coops, posting a bunch of random videos that I didn't really have a reason for, to now being one of the most watched cold plunge influencers on YouTube. It's kind of crazy. I guess I can say that now. I realized yesterday that I've helped over 113 people personally build my DIY cold plunge that you see behind me. Now, this one here is an ice barrel, a chiller, a filter, a pump, and all that stuff that you need to have continuous cold water. So I want to tell the story of how this whole thing happened. So it was that same exact year, 2020, I went snowboarding with a bunch of friends. And back then I had no idea that cold plunging was even a thing. I knew that people took ice baths and athletes took ice baths after big games to kind of, reduce inflammation. That was really the main thing that I had heard. I'd heard of Wim Hof, I'd heard of some people, but I never really looked into it. So we're snowboarding all day. We go down to the lifts and we take the lifts up the second that they open. We ride the mountains until the lifts close. We go back to the place we're staying at. There's a hot tub. So we all jump in the hot tub. And behind the hot tub, about 50 yards away, was a creek that was almost frozen, but there was about a 10-foot window where the water was still rushing. And one of the guys we were with was like, hey, let's go jump in that water. And we're like, no, dude, no, we'll get hypothermia, we'll die, we're sitting here in the hot tub. We didn't know enough. We didn't really know. We just assumed, because of what we'd been told a long time ago, that jumping in cold water is gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you have hypothermia. So, against all of our better judgment, we followed him down to the creek and we jumped in. And I gotta tell you, this was at the end of the day, riding day after day after day. We were all beat up. We jumped in that water, we dunked our head under the water, and as soon as we came up, we felt invigorated, we felt revived. It was like the most incredible high ever. Like, it's a euphoric feeling. And we couldn't get enough, so we got out, we jumped, we ran back to the hot tub, we jumped in the hot tub, we're tingling, we're feeling like, what the heck was that? And we wanted to do it again. So we went back to the creek and we jumped back in that water. Well, as soon as I got back, I had a horse trough, because if you saw in my videos prior to this new health journey, I built a chicken coop, so I had chickens, and I was talking about a lot of the chicken and self-sustaining life that I was trying to put together at my house. And I had this horse trough on the side of my house. I cleaned it out. I went down to the store. I spent $80 on ice. I bought a bunch of ice and I started taking ice baths every day. Well, it was only about 3 days in that I realized this is gonna get really expensive really fast. So I'm like, there's gotta be another way. So I started researching and trying to figure out, how can I build a cold plunger? And there has to be a way. I mean, like, I go to SeaWorld and they keep the water really cold for the beluga whales. There's gotta be a way that's cheaper than that, obviously, to cool down the water so that I can have continuous cold water. Like people who have aquariums, have saltwater aquariums, they have large fish that have to have a certain temperature of water. How do they do it? So I actually did that research. Large fish tank aquarium chiller, and this thing popped up. This is the Active Aqua chiller. It was used for aquariums, it was used for hydroponics. And when I first purchased this thing, it was only $800. But I purchased this thing and I got it, and I'm starting to look at, what do I need now? So I needed a pump, and I needed a hose, and I needed some other things. And long story short, I ended up just videoing myself on my cell phone, and I walked through an entire tutorial of how I did my first DIY cold plunge. And this is the exact same setup. The only difference is now I have it going into an ice barrel. I really love the ice barrel. That's why you'll see a lot of my videos where I talk and recommend the ice barrel. That's how the whole thing even started, right? So then I posted that video, and at the time I had about 1,000 subscribers, just under 1,000 subscribers on YouTube in the 2 years of posting random stuff. And since then, now I think this morning I have just over 27,000 subscribers. I wanted to make a quick video to say thank you to all the 27,000 plus subscribers who have joined me on this health journey. I'm passionate about cold water therapy. It has changed my life. I think it has saved a lot of parts and aspects of my life. It's definitely helped me to excel dramatically in my health and fitness journey. And I just wanted to make this video to say that if you're out there and you aren't thriving, if you're not feeling like when you wake up every day you've got a mission, and you're feeling maybe slightly depressed or anxious, or you don't handle stress very well, listen, I live in a very high stress, fast paced environment. So I've been in the car business my entire life, which, if you know anything about the car business, it's very fast paced, it can be high stress, and it can cause some anxieties. I never really felt stressed out until I started jumping into the cold plunge, and I realized, wow, this is a whole different feeling. I guess I've been dealing with stress my own ways for 20 plus years, and now that I have the cold plunge and I have cold water therapy, it's something that I crave. It actually helps me get through my mornings, it helps me get through my afternoons, it helps me get through my nights in such a way that I can't even really explain. And if you've ever experienced cold water therapy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have testimony after testimony after testimony of people who have followed my DIY or purchased a Polar Monkey or an Edge3 Labs tub, and they experienced the cold water therapy for themselves. A few people from the military who say that it's totally cured their PTSD. And that to me is really motivated me to want to push more and wanted to help more people get cold. And one thing to note, that if you have any interest in getting yourself a cold plunge and you have no idea where to start, just check out the description of every single video I've posted on YouTube up until this point, even this video. I'll put the links to everything I purchased from Amazon to make it super simple for you to build your own DIY, or if you just want to make it simple and get yourself a Polar Monkey, an Engineer Labs, or an Ice Up Industries. There's a lot of great companies that I've partnered up with to make it super simple for people out there to get cold at their home. So if you're out there and you're not thriving and you're not feeling like the top self that you really can, I want to encourage you to just subscribe to this channel, watch some of my cold plunge video. I have a playlist of cold plunging videos. I would just encourage you to just watch through those. If you are an avid cold plunger, check out the sauna therapy. Sauna therapy and cold plunging are two amazing therapies that I believe every single person on this planet should be experiencing a couple times a week. So I want to encourage you to just check those out. Guys, I appreciate every subscriber. I appreciate this journey. This journey's been great. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day, and God bless.